Back at it again. Today, instead of going to the Sears store at the Westland Mall, we're going to explore the Westland Mall itself and see what's left of the declining building. Because, I mean, the Westland Mall is pretty old, and I didn't know how old it was until a couple of weeks ago. So, because I walked around the whole mall, it isn't very big, mind you, and the biggest anchor store was Hudson's. Well, the Westland Mall has seen a huge decline. And I mean, like all many other malls, the Westland Mall is a declining mall. There's hardly any people there anymore, and that's just even pre-COVID. The biggest anchor store that I would have to say that's there is Kohl's, because people do shop at Kohl's. I remember being younger, my parents never brought me to Westland Mall. And I don't know if that was on purpose, or the fact that we lived so close to either Somerset or North 12 Oaks. A lot of these businesses at these malls are struggling, especially now with what's going on. It's just, yeah. So I'm gonna go get some shots from the inside of Westland Mall, kind of show you, take some pictures. I've got my Canon A-1. Head over there, go trade some tools in with Sears, because I've got one of these ancient screw holders. If you want to see it, it holds a screw, and yeah. And we're gonna go see if we can get that traded out, and then go get some shots from the inside of Sears for the other video, and then go to the inside of Westland Mall for this video. So stay tuned. An A1, and behind me, as you can probably tell, there is quite a few. I'm on one side of this building, and there's quite a few stores that are closed. I mean, if I turn you around here, look at that. There is not much open. I mean, there's a couple of here and there's, but I mean, if I turn all the way behind me, this is middle afternoon on a Saturday. Nothing. We got a Payless. I don't know what that is. Coming down and around. We've got the big, giant, and as I said, Hudson's was the anchor store here at the time. It's just depressing going in there. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm also not gonna sugarcoat it. There are businesses, but there's not a lot of them. And these roads suck. Yeah. Got an also amazing treat for you. I went to go visit one of the biggest Sears stores in Michigan. This is in Livonia, off the corner of Middle Belt and 7 Mile. What is it? It's the Sears store. Take a look at this. They closed in April of this year. It is a huge location, and I'm at the very corner by the intersection. I'm at the very corner, and it's still, look at all the bays. Look at all the bays for the cars. Look at the building. Okay. Talk about a treat. We're gonna go walk around and take some pictures of this historic Livonia building, and believe it or not, this used to also be a mall. And you'll see a little bit of that in the behind scene of the building, but we're gonna go take a look, take some pictures from the front, the side, the rear, and some of the in-garage door bays. Now, at one time, which was only in April of this year, people actually were shopping here, and I got to go inside of it one time. It's time to take the kids to go shopping. Hey, you gotta watch out, birds. Birds aren't watching out. Look at, oh, there we go. Time to take the family shopping at Sears. There really isn't much left, it looks like. It's just an empty building, unfortunately. Well, let's see. We're gonna park and take a look at the building and walk around a little bit. All right, we walked up to the front door. As you can see, it is completely empty, but they left the lights on. It is completely, oh, there's my car. But it is empty in there. When you think of the 60s, this building definitely screams 60s. I mean, look at the marble on here. If that doesn't scream 60s already, I don't know what does. But we're gonna walk around. I've got the car parked over here. I don't know if I showed it. It's right there. And we're gonna walk around and take a look and see what this old Sears used to look like. Just walking around, exploring the old Sears. Let's take a look. Look at how big this place was. Wow.
kind of cool coming from the front. But I've decided as I walk around, I'm gonna move the car to a less inconspicuous spot because I'm parked directly in front of the store, as if it was 1968. Sears is beside me, as you can tell. We were just walking along this side of the wall. There used to be 3 anchor stores connected to this mall, this so-called mall. I think it was Montgomery Ward, some furniture store, and Sears, believe it or not. And they were parked. I will go look into that. It is such a big store. I cannot walk around it by myself. I have to move the car.
I cannot tell you and express how big this building actually is. And yeah, we're on this side of the big empty building. Really not much in there. Just some shelves and stuff like that. Really nothing. But there's lights on and looks like old displays. As you can kind of tell, I'm in Livonia, Michigan, and yeah, there's really nothing here. As we move to the next side and etc. See dirt. What the side I came from, like, mind you, that is very far away. Now we're working our way from this door over to the back side of the Sears now. And the back side of the Sears is even bigger, so. This building, I was told, was the Montgomery Wards by a civilian who was here. And believe it or not, my own father worked at this store. Well, let's go to the back side here. As you can see, we've got big building, big garage doors, big. I'm not gonna yield to pedestrians. They don't deserve to be yielded to. I'm in a car. Okay, so that's the building. That's where it gets interesting, because that is the garage bay door, and I'm gonna go take some pictures of that. But look at, if we drive around here to the back side of the Sears, I'm gonna drive on loop. We've got the mall entrance right here. It says mall lot H entrance. That's the old view of the mall, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. But I'm gonna go towards merchandise pickup with the low clearance. I'm gonna drive in. They have a security camera on still. Oops. That looks kind of cool. But that mall lot H entrance of the original mall in Livonia, I don't know what the mall was called, I will figure that out, is really cool. So I'm gonna drive actually over there and start walking. Building here is the original stretch from the actual mall. And you can see it says lot H. Yeah, that is part of what was the original mall here. And it linked up to where that Walmart was. Buildings perfectly line up from Sears. That's what I meant by they linked up. So that building connected with a bunch of stores over to the Walmart. So it's kind of cool to see that it's still partially here. Public safety car just came by me. He said he didn't have a problem with me taking pictures as long as I'm not going toward the building or breaking and entering. Just don't hang around here too long, because if somebody gets the wrong idea, they might call the police. All right, other than that, let's take a look at the rest of this building. I mean, it is very deserted now. This used to be the backside. I mean, look at this thing. Look at all the bays to work in. I just wonder what they had at one time here. Besides automotive, I really wish I could see this when it was first going. Another view of the original mall. So there's the mall lot entrance. I can't go over there, he said. We got the Sears and going in there. I'm not gonna go back in there because there's a ton of cameras still on in there, so I'm not gonna avoid going in here. I'm gonna take a look at these bays though. Imagine being a tech at Sears. Empty. I mean, what would you do? Go get your tools at the craftsman section and then work? Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty big place. This place is huge for a Sears. We're gonna go on the other side of where the bays are, and then we would have made a whole loop around this whole building. And yeah, it's still really cool. I just wish that it was still open. Let's back it up. There's the Sears. That's my strut tower, mind you. The Sears sign. Look at that, an original Sears store sign. Okay, so we're gonna drive down this way.
I'm gonna park for a second. They blacked out the windows in that building, so I cannot see in there. I don't know what this building is. I do know these buildings are like bays for cars. They still have some old cooling system sign stuff up. So of the service, I think they just did basic repairs. They did oil changes, coolant flushes, stuff like that. Nothing like custom tuning. Trash and trash, but other than that, I mean, it's empty. Really isn't much left here. It's pretty deserted now. I mean, look at the stone and marble on the side here. But they black out all the windows except for that one still. But look at the rocks on the side. They did a dang fine job with this building. I just wish that it was still open. And I mean, I wish it was still open for business, but it was great to visit. Now let's go to Bates Burgers because I'm hungry. Not Bob's Burgers, Bates Burgers. Let's drive through these block of pigeons though before we do anything. They're coming! Oh, they're all over the car now. Let me show you this. They are not happy with me. Oh, right. That's great. Oh, they hit the antenna. They hit the antenna. What are they doing? What are they? Oh, they're coming back. They're not the brightest birds. Oh, that's kind of cool. The car! It's on the car! Look at that! Oh, they're coming on the car. Oh! It's kind of fun. Now if I'm gonna go to Bates Burgers next, they're like, oh my god, what is this thing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Oh my gosh, I landed on it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna fall. You gotta hear this. I'd stick my hand out, but I don't want to scare them yet. They're on the car! They can't stay on because of the wax, but they're on the car. It's kind of funny. Wait for it. This bird? No. I mean, I thought that was awesome! I just hope those birds didn't get angry and start chewing away at my brake lines. That'd be a story. How'd Alex die? He died in a fiery car crash caused by hundreds of pigeons. Sad to see that that place is in its decline, but okay, let's head back. I'm kind of tired. It's almost like 3 o'clock now, and I'm a long way away from Ann Arbor now.